Bag 16. We start off with a little tiny plate. Wow. We're going to put a little Slopey boy on there. Wow. Yeah, I would have expected the Lego sets to start including paper bags throughout already, but like we have definitely seen it before. I don't remember what set we've seen it on before. It was a smaller one than this one. And I don't know if it's still the plan or if they've quietly shelved that plan. That may also very well be the case. That it just, wasn't sustainable from a business standpoint. Because, why care about the planet when your profit's in jeopardy, So, I don't know, I expect we'll see more of it. I hope we see more of it. At the same time, and I don't know if it's true or not, I have seen tell that, or heard word that plastic bags are actually, from a certain perspective, plastic bags are more environmentally friendly than paper bags because the infrastructure exists to make them so readily, which is not quite. Oh, it's a tiny little. Is that a tiny little chocolate frog card? Oh my god, that's the most adorable thing I've ever seen. That's so cute. That's a tiny little chocolate frog card that you guys can't really see, and I can't really show you because the focus doesn't really do anything. Wow! Anyway. Yeah, it's... At the end of the day, plastic bags are bad, so we should be getting away from single-use plastic. But if the infrastructure isn't there to support the creation of the paper products, then you're kind of putting the cart before the horse, and there's a lot worse things for the environment than me using plastic bags, like we have, I think I put that in the wrong place, we have billionaires flying around in private jets every 3 seconds, like that's not good. There was a website actually, I think it was called, maybe it's called Billionaire Jet Tracker or Private Plane Tracker or something like that. I think it stemmed from the whole, Elon Musk jet on Twitter being tracked and that whole thing. Now there's a full website for it and an actual leaderboard of how much pollution these private jets are creating. It's interesting to see. There is a small private jet that I've had my eye on, actually, for when I, require a private jet in my life. That is a fully electric private jet. I believe it's coming in 2026, I want to say. I think it's a solar-powered jet mainly, but it uses batteries by and large, so that's an interesting development. That would be nice to see more of. We'll see. The planet's going to be fine, but I do worry about what's going to be left of the planet when my kids are my age or when my kids are having their own kids. Because it doesn't look great, does it? There was a massive company with the funds necessary to build the infrastructure. That's also true. We definitely should put more pressure and regulation on companies to improve their infrastructure and make whatever thing they're doing less resource intensive. I've recently been reading up on something called donut economics, or donut economics, which essentially it has social foundations like housing and food and network and such. You have 8 or so social foundations, which as a bare minimum for society, like that's what people should be able to expect. And then you have planetary boundaries, things like, you know, essentially climate change and land use and these kind of things. And there's a sweet spot in the middle where, you know, social foundations are being met, planetary boundaries are not being broken, and that's where you kind of aim for. That green spot in the middle is where you kind of aim for, and that's why it's a donut, right? Because it's, you know, this nice green spot in the middle of the donut. And I can get behind that. I think that should be a metric that we as a society use. I would like to see more open and honest transparency. Like, if at the end of the day, right, I need to buy, like, bread and milk, right? I can't get by in a society where I don't have access to food, right? I need access to food. I can't produce that food. I need to somehow purchase food, right? If I buy a loaf of bread, which now in Canada these days is costing like $5 for a loaf of bread, it's absolutely insane. How much of that is going to Loblaws? How much of that is going to farmers? How much of that is going to the necessary cost to transport said loaf of bread or manufacture said loaf of bread? I would like to see regulations in place where it's like, hey, this is what you're paying for. This is why this thing costs this much. And that is trackable. We live in a society where that data exists. We create data points anyway, but now we're in a society at a stage in technology where we can capture those data points in real time, process those data points in real time, and have an exact measurement of, hey, you purchased this loaf of bread, this is why it costs that much, as opposed to this loaf of bread, which costs this much, and whatever. And being able to make informed choices like that is something I would like to see. I don't think that's ever going to happen. I don't think the powers that be want that to happen. But I would like to see it happen. At the end of the day, I'm not against corporations. I'm not against billionaires. They exist. They're not going away. And frankly, I've benefited greatly from the existence of trillion-dollar corporations. I can go online and I can get some random-ass item delivered to my house in the next 2 to 3 business days. Right? We are at a point in society where we've progressed to unimaginable levels. And I like that. That's a good thing, I think, for society as a whole. But we need to now make that sustainable. How do we make that sustainable? How do we also find the piece that I've now made as well? Did I drop one of the roof pieces? I don't think I dropped one. I don't think I heard it, and I don't see it in the bag. So that's a worry. Stand by. Okay, well, the Weasley house is missing part of its roof now for some reason. But this goes on here like that, and we have an attic. We have an attic built. That is now gonna go. Hang on. Bird's eye view. That's gonna go here, 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 here. Oh wait, we should put Weasley's room on. That's what we needed to do. There we go. That's what we're missing. We'll put that there, and then we'll go, and we'll put this on there like that. Wow. Hang on. And there like that. Wow. I don't see how else we're going to add to this. This looks relatively complete. So we'll work out what's in the next bag tomorrow. Until then, have a lovely day. Merry Christmas. Goodbye.